Good afternoon, all, and welcome to Unit 10 Weather Observations, comparisons compared to the Northwest Station observations made at the Alaska Fairbanks International Airport. Today, the weather observation station is located at 590 University Avenue, Fairbanks, Alaska 99701, which is just south of the university here, west of the airport, in the interior or heart of Alaska. As you can see, my observations began on March 24th, 2015 and ran through March 28th, 2015. And they also took place between noon and 1 o'clock every day. The current temperature at the time of the recording, March 24th, was 27.8 degrees Fahrenheit. We would see highs in the 40s and lows in the single digits down to 8. Blue, sunny skies, and wind 0 on the Beaufort scale. Wednesday, at around 12:20, it was a beautiful 33 degrees Fahrenheit, clear blue skies, 0 on the Beaufort scale. It would climb to a high of nearly 45 degrees from around 7 degrees this morning. I think we're moving into a nice spring. Thursday, as you can see, we've been fortunate enough to experience a warming trend over the last couple of days, which continue throughout the week of observations. Thursday's temperature at the time I recorded it, around noon, was 35.8 degrees. It would reach nearly 50 degrees today. We continue with the blue clear skies and absolutely no wind as far as the Beaufort scale is concerned, and the lows, high teens, low 20s. I think 17 degrees this morning was the low. Friday, March 27th, 2015, at approximately noon, 12:05, the temperature was a comfortable 38 degrees on its climb to just below 50. Again, clear blue skies, no precipitation, and no wind accompanying the beautiful warm weather, with a low only of around 20 degrees this morning. So it's, I think we're starting to experience our other season here in Alaska, which is not winter. We have 2 seasons, winter and not winter. Moving forward, as you can see from the graph provided from the university, the low temperatures here are pretty consistent with the average lows recorded by the Fairbanks International Airport. The highs are almost consistent with the highs noticed, and as a result of most of my observations taking place between 12 and 1, they're a little bit on the high side of the middle of this, high and low trend, but it's pretty consistent, right where it should be. Everything's nice and even. Noon measurements, it's a little on the warmer side for the day, and as you can see, the lows are low and the highs are high, but yeah, otherwise it's been really nice. Moving forward, as we see from the barometric pressure readings, there's virtually no difference between my measurements at 590 University and the West Airport. We did notice a high sitting in for the first couple of days. A low pushed its way in, and then we started climbing back up. But as you can see, real consistent measurements with the National Weather Observation. So as we look at the March 25th over, you can see there's an occluded front to the south, which is a warm pushing over low. Plenty of precipitation over the sea, the interior, in the middle of a high pressure zone. Clear skies with clouds to the north. Wednesday, you'll see this the secluded front start to push north a little, and you have a stationary front develop over the interior of Alaska. We see some partly cloudy, but my observations in the local region were relatively clear skies. And from Thursday, you'll notice the occluded front continued northward, bringing significant cloud cover to most of Alaska. Additionally, you'll notice a low pressure system seems to have pushed the high pressure system to the west over the ocean in the south of Russia. We also have a low to the east. Friday, we have a low pressure system throughout the interior, while most of Alaska has some cloud cover. We didn't notice any in our local observation site. The occluded front has moved south back out to sea. There's a high pressure system both to the east and the west of the interior. Saturday, you may notice the weather seems to be happening something to the south of the interior over the Bering Sea. That occluded front has moved some north and south, but remained relatively stable for the entire week. You also notice widespread precipitation throughout the occluded front, both to the north and the south of this boundary line. It's plenty of observable and noticeable precipitation. As we evaluate the infrared in the upper right corner, you can see counterclockwise motions here begin to develop in this weather system that's amassing over the sea, with more clouds over the southern half of Alaska thinning as you move north. Looking at the water vapor in the atmosphere, which is the lower right-hand image, you can see a striking difference. Paying attention to the transition from sea to land and how the two different surfaces affect the weather pattern and cloud formation. You can see here over the sea there's very little water vapor, but the second this cyclonic action gets over the land, what you have is plenty of clouds forming. And as you can see here in the weather satellite picture, that occluded front sitting here, you got counterclockwise motion, you have cloud developing as this thing swirls from the sea to the land, which is pretty typical in what you expect to see. I'd like to thank everybody for sitting through another presentation of weather comparisons from an observation station in Alaska. Until next time, have a good night.